you're a public sector worker looking forward to a huge wage increment, you may have to be measured in your expectations because the Finance Ministry says there is simply no money to meet that demand. Indeed, this situation is likely to persist until 2024. Gov't is projecting to collect 72 billion cedis in revenue for the 2021 fiscal year, but 90% of the money will go into interest payment on loans and compensations, leaving virtually nothing for development. Contributing to a discussion on the budget organized by the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the technical advisor at the Finance Ministry, Dr. Samuel Ninoy-Ashong, called on the country to tighten its belt for harder times.
Compensation for employees alone, the unencumbered portion of domestic revenue, what I mean is if you net out all the mandatory transfer, which is required by law, get fund transfer, national health insurance, DACF, if you net out all those ones, the rest which is left to pay wages, salaries, use of goods and services, capital, social intervention programs, that portion alone is not even enough to pay for wages and salaries. In fact, if you pay for wages and salaries, that portion, you are left with about 40% in the whole. So you have to go and borrow to pay for that extra 40%, plus for goods and services, as well as capital expenditure and social intervention programs. Not to mention other government guaranteed debts which have to be catered for. So it is not a rosy picture, and we've got to call a spade a spade. So when people go about saying that there's, we don't need the taxes, government man give this, government man give that, the reality is that the money is not available. And we must well recognize that and work within that tightrope so that we all have to share the burden, so to.
Well, joining us with a reaction from Labour is Angel Kabonu, who is the president of NAGRA. Thank you very much, Mr. Kabonu, for making time to speak with us. Now, you've heard what the Finance Ministry is saying about your expectations. What's your reaction to all of that?
Well, we are very disappointed at the position of the Finance Ministry, because before you make an announcement of this nature, you will have to convene a public sector wage negotiation committee and let the public sector wage negotiation committee take a decision. At the public sector wage negotiation committee, we have the Ministry of Finance, labor unions, Ministry of Labor, and all other stakeholders. But for an announcement like this to come, when even the government is not come clean with the people, to let the people know that we are in an economic distress and that together as a people, let's find solution to this and that. Look, one question someone will ask is that, how did we get here?
Mr. Kabanu, to be fair to the technical advisor, he's not suggesting that there's not going to be any wage increases at all. All he's saying is that you should be measured in your expectations.
Well, let me tell you that for the past 4 years, we have never had any salary increase more than 12%. So when he's saying that we should be measured, what percentage or within what percentage bracket is he talking about? Since for the past 4 years, the highest percentage we got was 12%. Is he talking about 5%? Is he talking about, what percentage is he talking about? Because you see, in salary negotiations, you just don't bundle about figures. You bring onto the table the various economic indices and the realities for a decision to be taken, both at minimum wage and base pay. In any case, why will he not allow the Ministry of Labor The ministry that champions such things, together with the Fair Wages and Salaries Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, why would you not allow these organizations to do their work?
But you also appreciate that we're in some difficult times. And you're indicating earlier that government hasn't made any such pronouncement, but we're all aware of the COVID-19 pandemic and the fact that, well, all across the globe, lots of people lost their jobs. Here in Ghana, government says that it didn't lay off any workers. And so if the public sector workers have maintained their jobs or haven't lost their jobs, they should be grateful.
You bring this to the negotiation table. If that is the position of government, government should bring it to the negotiation table. If it's the position of government that the freebies that were given prior to 2021 is beginning to bite the economy, government should bring that to the table. A unilateral announcement by one faction of the table is unacceptable.
Are you willing to take less than you probably had in previous years? You talk about 12%. Are you willing to take the 5% if government offers that?
As to what Labour would take will be reflecting the realities on the table. How much is an olunka of Gari? How much is my transportation from where I live to work? How much is rent? How much are the economic realities that confront me on a daily basis? All these things influence. And then, of course, government also will have to show good faith. How much is government ready to sacrifice? From this budget, there is increase of 300% in terms of expenditure to the presidency. Is the presidency ready to come to around 50%? For the past 10 years, compare the salary increase in percentage terms and in real terms of Article 71 office holders as against the general worker population. Are they also ready to tighten their belt? All these things will come to play and it will influence decisions that will be taken at the negotiation table.
When do you expect to begin these negotiations? I know you have regular annual negotiations.
Per the arrangement we had with the Ministry of Labour a fortnight ago, everybody was supposed to start getting ready and prepared for April so that negotiations commence.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Angel Kabonu. He's president of the National Association of Graduate Teachers.